I was ready to get back onto the field, wanting to play, all this stuff. So spring season came, and I was playing my second game back, and a girl had tackled me in my knee, and my knee twisted, and I felt like a little pop. But I was like, no, it's not my ACL. It doesn't feel like that. So it started bruising. I noticed some bruising on the outside of the knee, and I was like, girls get bruises all the time. We bruise so easily. When you play soccer, you get hit in the shin, bruise, hit in the thigh, bruise. Like, it's just a common thing. Well, I had been playing on it and in practice and games and stuff, and I just kept feeling this shooting pain up in my knee, and I was like, what is going on with my body? Not again, like, I'm thinking worse and worse, like another injury. Well, they thought I had torn my meniscus. I was like, no, that's not it. It's super sensitive still. Had an MRI done, came back. I had fractured my tibial plateau. I had chipped it just a little bit in my knee. I didn't need surgery or anything, but had to be in a full leg cast for about 4 months, non-weight bearing for 6 weeks, on crutches, going around campus, especially in Louisiana when it rains, it freaking pours. So trying to crutch in the rain was terrible, with no car either. Yeah, that was awful. So summer came around. I was trying to get back at it, working hard over the summer with Barwis Methods. Check them out. They're a great program in Michigan. Just all this different stuff, because I knew this next coming season, my sophomore year, I wanted to make it the best that I possibly could. And I'm not a quitter. I didn't want to stop. I just wanted to keep on going. Well, coming back into the season, something still didn't feel right. I'm like, my knee's still bothering me. There's still pain. So would come back for breaks, would go see my doctor back in Michigan, also see my doctor in Louisiana. I was getting mixed reviews on all different things, saying you need concrete put in your knee, all these mumbo jumbo stuff. So finally, I had a scope done, and I had a lateral release done on my knee. They just went in and they said my kneecap was a little tilted, so they adjusted it a little bit. I was out for probably 2 months, didn't really play. So at that point, I had the opportunity to redshirt. And that was something that had crossed my mind multiple times. Like, okay, I can get all this time back if I redshirt, things like that. And around this time was when I went into a really deep, dark place, like very, very depressed. I'm not the type of person that likes to talk about their problems, likes to be sad or emotional at any point. I'm a happy girl. Like, I just like to smile and be myself and just always be positive, but I did not want to get out of bed. I cried all the time. You can ask my roommates. It was just a really, really tough time not having family here when I was going through another injury on top of the one I had before. It was bad, and I started thinking, okay, well, if I'm not playing and I'm not working out, I don't want to get fat, basically. I don't want to gain this extra weight. So what is the best possible way to not gain weight? And that was to not eat. And I developed an eating disorder. I would say a mild form of anorexia. I would starve myself all day. If I were to eat something, it would probably be crackers or a bowl of cereal, and that would be it. I lost a ton of muscle mass. All my muscle was gone. It was really hard. I would weigh myself 7 times a day, and if I would see the scale or the number go up on the scale, I would freak out. I would be like, oh my gosh, like, no, I can't eat water, anything. I would literally drink coffee, water, and have a couple crackers. And I probably did this for about 6 months. And this kind of had always played a factor with me, especially growing up. There were some people that were super hard on me, and it always kind of resonated in my brain that, you need to be quicker, you need to be skinnier, and you're under this constant pressure of being an athlete all the time. It's you being in the spotlight, and people are just observing you, looking at your body, just all this, I don't know, all this pressure, and it overcame me. I couldn't handle it. So, yeah, one of my trainers came up to me and he said, you know, we've noticed you've been losing weight. We're kind of worried about you. Is everything okay? And I just broke down. I was just a complete mess, and my coaches had started noticing it, and my friends had started approaching me and saying, Erin, like, you're really skinny. What's going on? I'm like, no, guys, like, I'm fine. Like, I pushed my problems aside. And then I would call my parents in the middle of the night crying, just saying I can't do this anymore. There was times when I'm like, do I even want to be in Lake Charles, or do I even want to like keep living? Because this was not the life that I wanted to live. There was moments where I was just like, it would be easier if I ended it. So my mom and dad were super supportive, always messaging me. They came down, my mom did, and she noticed that something clearly wasn't right. So that summer I was admitted into counseling, and I've been in counseling for about 3 or 4 years now, and it's helped me in a lot of ways. I'm still really struggling with accepting myself and who I am. I still look in the mirror and don't think I'm beautiful. I still look in the mirror and think, wow, you're really fat, or oh my God, you gained weight. Like, what are you doing with yourself? And I think social media has a lot to do with that also. I scroll through Instagram thinking, oh my gosh, these girls have perfect bodies, and I'm constantly comparing myself to others. But recently I've realized, you know, it just kind of clicked one day. Erin, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing with yourself? Why are you being like this? You know, there's so much more to life than feeling down in the dumps, feeling sad all the time. And it just all kind of came together one day, and I was like, all right, Erin, you're gonna start changing. And I give a lot of credit to my roommates for helping me, for trying to push me into eating more, exercising, or doing this and that, just trying to get my mind off of things. And also my therapist and other people like my trainers and parents and things like that. But it was probably the hardest time of my life, was just trying to figure out who I was and what I wanted to do, or who I wanted to be. It was a time when I wouldn't socialize with people. I would stay in my room all the time. I never went out. I got down to about 128 pounds as a soccer player. That's really skinny, and I'm 5'9". So that's not a very healthy weight. And if you are 128, 129, whatever weight you are, I'm not discriminating that whatsoever. I'm just saying, for me personally, that is very skinny. And there's some pictures where you can literally see my collarbone sticking out. You can see it here, but it was way worse than what it is now. And it was just like, I just had this mindset of, how can I be skinny? How can I lose more weight? All these things in my mind, because you have these demons in your head. You have one side that's saying, okay, yeah, you're beautiful, you look great. The other side saying, no, you're not good enough. And those are constantly running through my head all the time. It's just going right or wrong. And there's days when I'm like, no, I don't want to feel like eating, Erin. Like, you don't deserve to eat. Like, you're gaining weight, you're gaining muscle. Like, that's disgusting. You don't want to be bulky. But then I'm just like, I don't want to be in the place that I used to be. And I've gone through a really good life change, I would say. I feel like I'm starting to find myself as a person. You know, graduating college was huge for me. I honestly didn't think I would do it as a college athlete too. I mean, some of you watching this can understand that being a college athlete and balancing school, it's really hard. But I want to say, like, I am proud of myself for doing that and for sticking through with it and just pushing myself. I'm not a quitter, and I give a lot of credit to God and just to the people around me to constantly keep pushing me and being there for me, because I probably would not be sitting here today talking to you. That's how bad it really was. There's still days, you know, when I don't feel like getting out of bed, but I feel like those days are becoming shorter and less, and that's a milestone for me. That's a really big milestone. I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder and depression, so I'm on some medication, and that has helped me a lot, I would say. If eventually I would like to get off the medication, but if that's something I have to be on for the rest of my life, then so be it, because it does help. And I've been working out more, not to the point where I would work out 1 to 2 hours at a time. After Christmas dinner, I went downstairs and would run like 3 miles because I wanted to run off all of the meals I ate. Or I wouldn't even eat Thanksgiving dinner because I was ashamed of looking at the food at the table. So I've really overcome a lot of things. I'm starting to eat foods that would freak me out, like pizza and ice cream, and I will have a Frosty or things like that. There's still foods that I don't really eat that much. I don't eat a lot of carbs, but when I do, I'll do it every once in a while. So I just kind of wanted to share this story with you guys. This is something I've been meaning to do for a while. I know this video isn't going to be perfect, but I'm just in a way better place, and I've become a personal trainer. I want to become certified. I'm not certified yet, but that's something I'm working towards. I'm working at a performance gym that's working with college and professional athletes, and that's something I've always wanted to do. And it's just my passion for helping athletes and for helping people with their story and with what they're going through. And this is what this video is about. It's for you guys to connect with me and to understand what I'm going through. And I want to understand what you guys are going through as well. And I want to be there for you. And if you have any comments or concerns or want to message me, follow me on Instagram, or just, write me an email. I can send you guys a link or whatever you guys need. I'm here. I'm an outlet. If you don't feel like talking to friends or family and you're just like, I don't know what to do. How did you deal with this, Erin? How did you overcome this as an athlete? Even if you're not an athlete, talk to me. That's what I'm here for. So this is just a little story about my life, and I hope to post more stories. I kind of want to get a little YouTube channel going, and I'm gonna start posting more workout videos, and you guys can kind of start seeing my page and what my life is like after being a college athlete, and maybe I'll post some stories or pictures from before. But yeah, that's me. That's Erin. So if you want to comment on this page, that would be awesome. Follow me on Instagram. Give it a thumbs up. That would be great. All right. See you guys.